Another set of images taken with a camera that was announced in 2004, the Canon EOS 20D. Original cost $1,500. It's a 8.2 megapixel camera, and here are some pictures I took. So this one was with this goose, one goose, two geese. I don't know what. Actually, I like this because there's action in the image. It's looking at me. I think I got it in focus. What was the shutter speed here? I think okay, 1/640, 150 millimeters. It was with the telephoto kit lens. All right, let's see what auto does. That's not too bad at all. We could increase the contrast a little bit, and we could increase the clarity. It's pretty cool. Then we don't need to vignette it. We don't need to dehaze it, but it doesn't hurt to add a little bit. And then we could pick a color and just adjust that color. Let's go with the feather. Let's do this color here. Let's see what that does. Let's just mess with it. Stop it. And then we'll pick the black on its neck. No, we couldn't. All right, so what else can we pick? Let's pick this color. I like that already. Let's see what it looked like before, after. All right, next one is bird in flight. Now this can take a max of 6 frames per second, something like that. And it wasn't too bad. I was just testing it out in a parking lot. I'm afraid to zoom in because it doesn't look too bad here, but once you zoom in, you're gonna see clearly it's garbage. You can see some chromatic aberration, I think they call that, at the edge here. But that can be removed, I think. Let's see if we can remove that. Did it decrease it? Let me see. Let's see. Not really. I don't think it can be fixed. I don't think so. Can it be fixed? Let's see, lens profile, make Canon. All right, yes, okay, I'll just select, okay. And let's see if it worked. Just distortion correction, not distortion. It can't be fixed. All right, that's fine. So, I took a bunch of pictures that day, but this is one of the one of the best of the bunch. Let's see what auto does. The sky did look bluer that day, but shot at 1/640 of a second, even at ISO 100, bright sunny day. This was taken at 1:13 p.m. It still looked blown out, so maybe an ND filter would have worked well. Maybe. But we could make the sky bluer, I think. So let's see. If we selected background, got it, and then we could make it bluer. That's closer to what it was, I think. And then we could select the subject and increase the contrast. Make the bird warmer. And we could increase the clarity and the sharpness. Goodness mercy. And then noise reduction. I'm not sure what this does yet, so I'm just gonna leave that. And let's see what we got. That to this, that to this, man. All right, so we could do even better, I think. We could do even better if we decrease the whites on the bird to get back some detail. Some detail here, I think, should be good. And then let's see what we got before, after. All right, that does look better. I mean, still not sharp. All right, this one I like because of the color. I'm not sure where I'm focused. It's on the flower, but I don't know where on the flower. And this was at f. It's not going to be in a wide aperture, but it's going to be f5.6. So a good bit of the flower should have been in focus, but I can't tell where exactly the plane is. I think it's just in front of this petal, so maybe right about here. In truth, I didn't try very hard to focus on any part of the flower, but I like how this is composed. I think it's right on the cusp of being garbage, but it's not in the center as how I would take some pictures in a boring way. I kind of like that. I'm gonna leave it. This one's the same thing. I wish I didn't repeat and take the same kind of picture. Both of them, the flower is facing the same way. But I like how it was composed, and it seemed like the exposure is pretty good. Now, one of the things, as I'll do a video about separately, one of the things I've learned by using this, it seemed like a backwards camera, but I want to be insulting to this camera, but camera that is devoid of all the modern accoutrements of today's mirrorless cameras. One of the things that is missing is the instant feedback you get when the screen changes when you make certain adjustments, and also the ability to review your pictures. So on today's cameras, you can obviously, if you change the ISO or any other setting, you can get a preview on the screen or in the viewfinder what the image would look like. Sometimes it's not a true representation. On this 19-year-old Canon EOS 20D, you get no such thing. So the image doesn't get darker when you change certain things, and it doesn't, the white balance doesn't change because you're just looking at a mirror of what you're seeing. You do get a meter, and that's it, exposure meter. But that's it. So you gotta try to get it right in camera. And if you don't, then that's it. So it's reminiscent of the old film days, right? And I do remember this. I did have a film camera, as anybody my age would probably have a film camera if they were into photography, or at least were exposed to it. But this one was reasonably well exposed. So this is a bit of the image that's overexposed, but we're not interested in this part of the image. This is the bit that's important. Okay. This one again I like because of the color. I think it was really cool. I don't think much needs to be done with this, but if we were to do it, we would increase the contrast. I would, and then I would increase the clarity. And I think that's pretty cool. I wouldn't, maybe raise the exposure just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. And I think that's pretty cool. What would I have done differently? Nothing. I like that we have three major colors and types of plants represented. The green over here, this flowers over here, and these purple ones over here. Pretty cool. Now, if we wanted to change something else, we could select a color and saturate that to make everything pop just a little bit. Do the same thing for the green, even though the green is, well, green. And do the same for this one over here. And let's see what that looks like before and after. Before, after, before, after. Cool. And it is a macro lens. One of the kit lenses is a macro lens. So I took two shots. This one was a closer of the two of this ant that's on this yellow flower, and I liked it. I did. I don't think I could have off-centered it anymore because then the plant would not be included. I didn't want to cut this plant off any more than I already have. And I like that if I had cut it off here, they would just look like a hanging plant. And I would have preferred, as I do this image, if you could tell the origin of the plant. So let's see what auto does. That looks pretty cool. We could drop the highlights even more. Maybe the whites. That's better, I think. Let's see what that does. That's before, that's after. And we could increase the sharpness. If we do, actually let's select a subject first. What will it select? The whole thing, including the ant. That's incredible. All right, so let's increase the sharpness first. Let's just do clarity. And let's do sharpness. And then let's do a little bit more. And then we'll do noise reduction maybe. And then we could do highlights, we could drop. I think that's pretty cool. All right, and let's see what that looks like before and after. Before, after, before, after. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. A little overexposed here, but it's all right. That's pretty cool. Don't zoom in. That actually doesn't look bad as I thought it would. All right, and then the last one is another example of the colors. A little overexposed. Actually, no. I thought this would be overexposed, but it's not. It looks all right. And again, I like the green back here. And the bokeh balls actually look pretty good, I think. In my humble opinion, it does. And I like how that looks. All right, 19-year-old camera, still useful. I would not use it for professional work though, but I think it's pretty cool.